First of all, my name is Shantae, and this is
Cheryl,
and we're with RGS,
Real Girl Stories.
We all have real stories, and sometimes if they're not spoke about, they can be kind of brushed up under the rug. So we want to kind of talk about marriage.
Oh,
How about that?
Relationships.
gender roles.
Yes.
So what are we going to talk about the relationships?
Gender roles.
Come on.
How they have reversed over the years, over the generations. I am a divorcee. I was married for 11 and a half years. I have been single for 10 years. Divorced for 10 years, yeah. So, and the dating game is exactly. Womp.
But we can't say that for everybody.
Right.
One thing that I wish that we can have the friendship all over again.
Yes.
Start out with the friendship. When you have a friend and they feel what you're going through, y'all can relate to a lot of different things. And it makes it much better.
Right.
I don't want to be out here competing with nobody. I don't want to be out here fighting and arguing with anybody. I just want to be happy.
Right. I understand that.
So, when you got married, what made him pop the question? What was it about you that made him say, I want to marry her?
Well, my story is probably pretty unique because I met him at work. We were working opposite shifts, and when he met me, he was like, "You're gonna be my wife." I was like, "Oh no, man! I'm just here to work this job. I'm not looking for nothing. I'm not looking for nobody." But we started dating officially like in February, and he proposed on Christmas that same year.
Wow.
We didn't get married for a year and a half. We were engaged for a year and a half, but yeah.
So when you get to saying engaged, when you say you're engaged to somebody and you don't get married, what do you have to, like, I don't know, look for after? Because when you said, will you marry me? And you've been engaged 3 or 4 times and never married, what do you do at the next step? What would the next step be? Do you feel like it's you're less than, or they don't want to do it because
I would try to find out why they proposed in the first place. Of course, you know, if they propose and you're still together, what is the ultimate goal of what is the right time? What are we waiting for? What do we want collectively? Because if you're still operating as a single person, even though you're with someone, but you're still functioning in a self mode, then you may never really be ready to be unified and be together. That's my opinion. But of course, like I said, I would try to find out why the person proposed in the first place. And, you know, it wouldn't be because of ultimatum or just, you know.
What about kids? Do people just stick in a relationship because they have children?
Oh, I definitely believe that. And in my opinion, marriage is not as symbolic or not just symbolic, but meaningful.
Authentic.
Yes, that's the perfect word. I see people getting married, you know, as you might say, quote unquote, for all the wrong reasons. So that's probably why the divorce rate is so high. But yeah, but I'm no expert.
Well, I've never been married. Do I want to get married? Yeah, I've been in a long-term relationship with a gentleman. I truly think that I had the opportunity to get married a few times, and I didn't. You know.
Okay. Why not? Not the right person, not the right time, not the right feeling.
Some would say, but for the most part, I don't know if I was ready at the time. I used to I used to be a friendly person back in the day, and I always had a lot of friends and thought that marriage wasn't for me. But the older you get, the more you want to be settled and settle down.
Right.
And you want to settle with the right person. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, yeah, I want marriage. I'm in a 22-year relationship now.
Okay.
With,
Longer than most marriages.
and I think, you know, if I can say, and I don't know if he might hear and get mad, but I'm worried about getting married and
things
walking
changing.
right into a divorce.
Yeah, people, sometimes with long-term relationships, I think that is a thing because people think when you get married, everything changes. It really shouldn't. Because the commitment should be there regardless of that piece of paper, regardless of the legalities, even though, you know, unless you're a religious and a spiritual person, then of course that would make a huge difference. But otherwise, when you're operating in a unified relationship and functioning, you know, day to day, living together, doing everything as one, then definitely you're functioning as a married person. So for me, I just don't understand why people all of a sudden change after they get married. Like it's something different. It's not.
Well, would you get married today?
Oh, I would. If I'm the right person. I don't think it's someone like my ex-husband out there, but I don't. No,
because just because you divorced doesn't mean
we were good friends. Unfortunately, he passed 5 years ago. But we were friends. I go into the courthouse. It wasn't all bad. It was just we were moving in a different direction. And see, I'm one of those analytical people, and I just have never wanted to be routine. I never wanted to be a part of a routine. I want you to come home to me because I'm there. I want you to come home and, you know, we be home together. You know, us, right? Home is where the heart is. So I don't want to be a part of a routine where it's just we're together, you here, and just what we do day to day. You know, I truly believe people should continue to date when they're in a long-term relationship, when they're not in marriage. You have to, and a lot of things do change when children grow up. Because then you gotta learn to love each other all over again because you're functioning and everything is focused on the kids. The priority is the children. The priority is, you know, doing this, building this family and doing all of this, and then you can't take your individualism out of it, but you also can't you can't just focus on the kids because, of course, you know, I always believe kids know when something's wrong, and
not to mention before it was kids, it was us.
Right.
It was still a relationship. It was still something there before any kids were even conceived. So I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with anyone just because of a child. Because if you're not happy, the child gonna sense it. They're gonna feel it.
Absolutely.
They're gonna hear it, and then they can very well grow up to mock it. You know, grow up to doing just what they see and hear.
Yeah.
You know,
because most people, I think, pop it.
It's still
and
recording.
there you go.
And that's a wrap.
It's still recording.
It's still recording.
I'm still recording too.
But I think most people, when you talk to people and they want to be married and they want to be married for a length of time, I think those are people who come from a long relationship where they've seen their grandparents married for 40 years or 50 years of their parents. Or, I mean, it's the hard part is you don't find a lot of people who want marriage who haven't witnessed marriage. I didn't know nothing about being married. My grandparents, yes, they were together for a long time, but I was kind of apprehensive when I got ready to get married because I was like, I don't know nothing about this, you know. I was young. I was in my early 20s, so but I don't know. Nowadays, it just seems like
nobody want to marry.
Nobody want to marry
Nobody
because
want that.
they're not looking at the result as much as they're looking at it as a chore. And I tell people,
Would you say
I've talked to
would
I
you
have a lot
say
of single
because it's too
friends.
much temptation out here?
I don't think it, because if your mind is set, if you are focused and in love with that person, you're going to value them enough where you're not going to jeopardize that.
There.
So I don't think that's it. Some people have that mentality of thinking there's something else out there for them, or want to compare and wait and all of this other stuff. But I don't. People, I think, because I hear a lot of females say, and people in general, cheat or get cheated on. That's kind of the mentality of the generation now. Because everybody thinks everybody cheats. Nobody really thinks about long-term relationships. Nobody thinks about being faithful. Nobody really believes that somebody else can be faithful to them, because most of the time they don't want to be faithful themselves. Cheat or get cheated on. That's what one of my girlfriends said to me when I was like,
Kind of deep.
I don't feel that, but that's not the first person who said that.
That's
So,
kinda deep, though.
and I do think a lot of people have that mentality or just that thought process.
Serial cheaters. They still alive.
Yeah.
They still exist.
They figure a man is gonna make an excuse to cheat, or they gonna
No,
get back
women
at
too.
him.
Women
No, but I'm
too.
saying that then some of them will make an excuse, say I'm gonna get back at him because I know he. So whatever.
Oh, that's not dead. That's still said. People still say that.
Oh,
to
I
this
know.
day.
That's the
Like,
point.
I'm gonna get you back.
This
I
generation
promise you
now,
that.
especially the times we have now, that's why it's just like, I don't even know. And everybody's in the inbox, and that's the crazy part. Is you inbox somebody. I had a guy inbox me and say, I'm single, this and this.
Girl.
Then I get a text message.
And they don't care that you're in a relationship. They don't care.
No, but
I
I'm
get
single, but
pictures,
then
all
he
types
lied.
of pictures. Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't have a lot of inbox offenders. My page is pretty private except for my business page. So I haven't had too many inbox offenders, but I was just like, really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They walk in knowing what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's jeopardizing your household, because you might be in a relationship too. Just because you see, that don't mean you have to want and touch.
Yeah.
But you could be messing up your own household. They have it all day long. We experience it all the time.
Work husband, work wife.
Work husbands.
That's a whole other topic. That's a whole other
Girl,
topic
did you
right
see
there.
that on my page?
I did. Trust me, I know.
And they always say it's all over any
It
job,
is.
but they always say the big three.
Because you spend so much time at work, and but
These are some topics, baby.
But sorry, I don't want to play second fiddle to anybody. I require too much attention myself. That's just it.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who I told, we had a discussion about lying and telling the truth, or whether you're single, whether you're in a situation, whether you're all of that. And I told him, I said, how many people do you know that's in affairs knowingly? Some people choose that. But give me the choice. Tell the truth.
Give me
If I don't want to deal with it, if I don't want somebody calling my phone, if you know they are a woman or a man and they're gonna call you, or run the risk of calling or running into you, can't go out, you can't do this, then you pick and choose your battles, pick and choose what you want to deal with. But everyone does not want that situation.
Right. What I tell Maurice all the time, we have daughters, 20 and 18. Would you want somebody to do your daughter like that?
Right.
So you have to be very careful what you do. And I too. I'm someone's daughter. Be very careful how you treat women, but women you gotta do the same.
They have to be respectful that he has a wife, he has a woman.
It's a playing world, girl. You get caught up in these games. For real.
Oh yeah, but when the game is over, because there's some people that truly don't play fair out here, and it's not
and I hear my producer Tony saying, what you got to say, Tony? Tony can speak about these guys. What you got to say, Tony?
I'll say that the bad thing in Detroit is nobody has respect for anybody's relationship.
Respect
That's
is
true.
gone.
I totally agree with that.
And money, when we live in an urban society, we're told that money is the root of, make things happen. And the ball, get the money. So sometimes you might have that girl that forget about home because she see that money when she out and she see that allurement.
And that's how they entice you.
And like you said, some stuff that might not be worth the risk.
Right.
And then when you're cheating, like, kids can be involved. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that got pregnant. You know?
And the thing, and it's not even about the pregnancy part. There is so much stuff you can get.
Diseases.
Oh, don't.
Girl, you opening up another can of worms. But it's out here. We have to be aware of it. And it's okay to fight for your family.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You don't have to physically get out there and
here's
fight.
a question. So, and this is probably going to be a big topic one day. When your significant other cheats, are you able to recover from that?
That's when it becomes, I'm gonna get you back. It starts being dirty.
But there's a song that says,
it's a feeling that you go through, like a real bad hurt that you go through, and you want them to hurt the same way.
but if that cycle continues, how is it ever going to end when you just end it and cut it off at the infection, as they say. I don't know, that's just my thing. It's one thing to give up, but it's another thing to fight for something that's a losing battle. So ultimately, you just have to decide which one it is.
And what's good for you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The healing process. Once we had kids, and it's okay.
Start doing it down.
Yeah, now I'm doing more taking care of the kids and helping out. And she's like, I lost my best friend. Like, we ain't even friends no more. Like, you work all the time. We just roommates.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's working most of the time, and I'm helping take care of the kids. So now it's like,
So
I don't need you to be mom. I can be mom and do this by myself. Peace. And I'm like, damn, did I fuck up by trying to help? That's my question. Like, how did I go from being king to like, okay.
To being a queen.
No, hell no, I'm not saying that.
I'm being funny.
You say,
She just became more dominant.
no, not more dominant.
No.
We was both in the military, everything. Okay. Got out. I had my degree before her, and then it was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break and let you finish school, and you go to work. Now it was like, I was working and going to school. She was helping me out with school, so we kind of like, so it wouldn't be so hard.
So y'all fell out of love?
Yeah, when the roles
Because if you're not saying it's not a dominant thing, because that's what it sounds like, controlling, like a controlling situation.
Sometimes when I'll say, because I was married for 11 and a half years, and I think sometimes when you get a position at a job as a woman, and you have a position of power or management or something like that, the workplace is so competitive. You have to fight for your position in there, and it's not easy to go from that work position to home, because my thing was,
I should be recording all this. I ain't recording nothing. We just sit here talking.
Come on, we can do it.
Let's just jump in.
He said he recording. But see, my problem since my divorce and even trying to date was the fact that I was in management. I was in a position of quote unquote control and all of that, but I didn't want to deal with that at home. And it's hard to transition that position from home to work. One of my exes said, never bring work home, the frustrations of work, and carry it over. Yeah, because it will definitely impact your relationship.
And the good thing about it is you can speak on that. He can speak on it, but I can't because I've never been married. You know?
See, you have to remember it's a partnership, and it is. Society is everything has changed.
Drastically. It has.
Everything has changed.
Yeah. Everybody is trying to compete with each other. And then nowadays, this era, oh my
Relationships are
God, the fight for the relationship, the man and a woman, and trying to hold on to the family.
Yes.
It's
Yo, last name Jackson. And
I'm Tay Tay, Tay. You guys know me.
or you can go to Real Girl Stories, RGS, on Facebook. What is it? Suggest for the page or invite for the page? You can get approved.
Invite.
Yeah, it's a private page, but you can.
Only women, but the live is for everybody to see. For sure men gonna feel like, oh, my daughter should watch this, or my mom should watch it, or I'm gonna call in because I want to know, being a man, why? So we never know where we're going
We
with
gotta
it.
work together, men and women. We gotta work together. That's the only way it's gonna work.
So thank you for tuning in, listening, and please be a part of it by calling in, letting us know what you think, and if you have a topic you would like for us to discuss, please feel free. My name is Shantae, CHYANTA, with Real Girl Story Podcast.
And I'm Cheryl.
Bye.